Hey guys, what is going on? It is Chris here. Hopefully, you guys all had a good night on Friday. Sorry I did not do a video, just didn't get time to do one. I was very busy. Anyway, we are back at it here for Saturday. As I said, hopefully, you guys all did very well and won some money. It was a pretty good night once again for us. We're just killing it so far early this season. Anyway, this was Fanduel, another top 1% finish for us. Let me zoom in for you. Scored a 361.2 here. Totally the line here. We went Luka Doncic. I was liking him quite a bit. Plus, that total was pretty high up there, and the spread was close. So, Doncic for sure. A plus for me. I liked Irving, but Doncic, I just liked him a little more since he has like that triple-double upside. Kobe White, this dude's going to be playing a lot. Unfortunately, he's going to start getting expensive and very popular, which sucks, but he's a solid, good play. Zach LaVine went off for 60 plus. Wasn't expecting that, but definitely a solid option. Hart, solid option as well. Kind of like White, both will get popular and more expensive. Did very good. I put in a Bjelica. Sorry, I put in Bjelica here just, as we all know, with Fox being out, so I wanted to get a little bit of exposure. He did okay, played pretty good minutes, didn't do much. But that's kind of what I did there. Next was this dude here, Joe Ingles. This guy sucks so bad. Everybody on my subs will say it as well. This guy is just trash. He's dead to me. Him and Zubat so far are on my my list, if that's what you want to call it. You probably know the other word I want to say for it. But I'm not messing with this guy. I put him in there. Bogdanovich was out, but obviously he sucks. He got his contract and he doesn't care anymore. So that's how I'm feeling. Who knows? Watch him go off today and score 45. Probably is going to happen. That's what happened to Zubat. So anyway, moved on to Holmes. I don't mind him. Should have went Frank. So we'll definitely keep an eye on that for sure. Porzingis and Towns, those guys killed it. Towns could have had 100 if he kept playing, but they stopped him at like 83 or so. So very good one, 361 too. As you see here, everyone's just winning a ton of money. $46, won 303. Keep in mind it's only $50 a month, so everyone already made back their money. Plus season pass is only $350, so I mean, they're basically could pay for a season pass if they want to. Here's another one, put in 300, 825, not bad, $500. Getting $500 back, 75, 650. So definitely winning some pretty good. This guy here did the right move and pivoted off Joe Ingles and went to Barton, won an extra little bit there, and didn't do too bad. So overall wasn't bad. DraftKings did win as well with our preferred lineups and lineup advice over there. I think it was like a 305, so it wasn't too shabby over there as well. So to get in on FanDuel or DraftKings, check out our website in the comment section below. Like I said, we're just making a ton of money over here. I think it's like our second already top 1% finish, and there's only been like 3 or 4 days of NBA. So why not come join us? I mean, it's pretty simple. We're winning, and I know you guys are watching it. Come join us. I would love to have you. Like I say, get in on our website down below. Get all set up. If you have any questions, just check out our Twitter, which obviously is right here. It's also on the website, but it's right here. Pretty easy to see that. So we are just kicking it here so far. And hopefully you guys aren't doing too bad either. And like I said, hopefully you're paying attention to the lineup advice that I'm giving in these videos, because I'm giving away some pretty good picks as well. So that is it. So let's get into it. We got a 9-gamer here. We got a couple injuries that are going to change throughout the day. So obviously the big one is our first one with Philly and Detroit here. We'll go look at some projections. I got those up for you guys. Philly and Detroit, no total because of the Joel Embiid. And thankfully, NBA changed it where they have to have their lineup out 30 minutes before, so Joel Embiid can't do what he did last year. I don't know if you guys remember that, but he said he's playing, then he wasn't playing, then he's playing, and then he wasn't, all within like 10 minutes before lock, which screwed us over. So, hopefully that won't be happening here today. So this game is kind of in question because of Joel Embiid. As of now, I have him not playing just because he didn't practice. But we know Embiid loves to be out there, but he did not practice his last practice. So either he's just sitting out because he doesn't want to mess it up, or he's hurt. So we'll see. It's early in the season, so I wouldn't be surprised if he sat just because They need him for the long haul. This Detroit game, they should still be able to beat it without him. So we'll have to see how it goes. So, let's get into it. So these projections are with Joel Embiid out. So definitely keep that in mind. If he is in, I'll probably lower him a couple points each player. So we've got Ben Simmons at 45.5. His usage rate still around 25-26% without without Joel Embiid. I like him. I still like him 9,600. 45, I think he can get you even higher here. Jackson sucks at defense, and Detroit doesn't have Griffin. They don't have a lot of good rebounders. Obviously, I mean, you got, Drummond, just, rebounds for the entire team. But I still don't mind Simmons. We'll have to see how the total is and see how many of these guys I pick from this game. Don't mind Josh Richardson. You can put him at 30 to 32. Solid option for sure. You got Rose, but I don't know. I'm not too high on him here against Philly. Just have a weird feeling. He's still not bad, don't get me wrong, but price is getting up there. Harris, don't mind him at 35. Went off his first game, but he had 15 rebounds or so. Still not shooting a ton, so that's the only thing. I still think 35, 36 is solid. Luke Kennard at 24. Price is going up, but I still think he's all right at 24. Al Horford might do okay. He could be a GPP play if you want without Joel Embiid. Should get a couple more rebounds to his name, so maybe Horford GPP. And I got a Drummond here at 51.5. I think he's going to be popular. Maybe not. I mean, there's a couple cheap options to go to at center, so he may not be popular. But if Embiid's out, shoot, I mean, who's going to guard Drummond, So definitely keep an eye on that for sure. And Kyle Quinn will probably get the start, might get some ownership, but the dude doesn't play a lot of minutes, anywhere from like 12 to 13. He was very productive in the preseason with his minutes given. I mean, look at this, 20 to 31, 25, and 14, 13 and 14 minutes of play. GPP for sure. The dude ain't going to play any minutes, but he can obviously go off in a short period. So if you think he's going to do that with no Joel Embiid, have at it, but I'm probably not going to. Way too risky for me. So this game for me is in question. Just have to see how it turns out. Orlando, Atlanta, got a 218. Vukovic, a GPP for me, very low ownership. Atlanta doesn't really have anyone that can guard Vuk, so I don't mind Vukovic. I got him a little low at 43.5, but still, I do think he's a solid option. Not too high on Collins. Still think he gets you 36 to 40, which is a solid option, but I'm personally probably not going to go this way. Gordon's look like complete trash. Maybe he turns it around, but he's looking trash. Isaac, an okay option. He's just not shooting the ball. His usage is not too good. He's a defensive player, so if he gets the steals, he's looking good. Bembry Hunter, I really don't want to mess with him here. You can if you want. Evan Fournier, as we know, is an up-and-down guy. I got him at 25.5. Trae Young, I got him at 42. The dude shot 758 times his last time out. And I don't know if you guys saw, but I tweeted out, I told him, hey, man, isn't it a team game? I mean, he literally had half the points of the total team total in the first half. So if you want to put him in there, really not a bad option here. I still think he does solid. Think around 44, 45 in this one for him. So I don't mind him. Fultz, okay off the bench. He's getting up there in price, so I don't know if I want to go that way. So I guess you can look at Trae Young and Vukovic as my two top options from this game, and then probably my second level would probably be Gordon, and that's really it. Do I have exposure to this one? Not much at all, besides maybe Young in a GPP. Moving on, we got Boston and New York at 215 and Boston by 5. Boston, and I think Boston, New York. Most of these teams, by the way, are playing back-to-back, so keep that in mind. Good thing, though, is they are early in the season, so most of them should play about the same amount of minutes. This one is going to be weird. I think it's going to be a blowout, slow-paced game. The only guy, to be honest with you, I really have in this one is Jason Tatum. The reason why I have him is because Cantor's not going to play in this one, and Daniel Theis is a little bit injured as well. He might play, but I expect Boston to go pretty small in this one. You are going to have to deal with Robertson, but I don't know. I just think they're kind of going to go small, and that's going to, I think, personally going to make Fitz go a little bit small as well. we saw Fitz not play Portis much in this one, and he started Robertson, so maybe he switches it because he knew it was a back-to-back, so maybe he's going to give Portis more run against a smaller Boston team. We'll have to see here. So Tatum, to be honest with you, I love him. His usage rate's looking pretty good, 22 shots in back-to-back days. Also, he's getting more rebounds here this time around since he doesn't have Horford to take some of his rebounds and, guys like that, and Aaron Baines. So I like him. I think he can get you a double-double. Obviously, his shot's looking pretty solid, and he's confident. He's shooting a ton. The usage rate's looking good. I like him. I really do. Think he can get you 36 to 40 in this one. Randall, an okay option. I don't know. Not the greatest matchup for him. And I think that's mostly it. One guy I wouldn't mind in a GPP, deep GPP only, is Kevin Knox. Doesn't play a lot. Usage is not too great, but he's only $4,100. You can look at him. I got him at 19. That's only if you desperately need somebody at small forward. RJ Barrett, not bad, but not really the team you want to be targeting with Brown and Smart guarding him. Alonzo Trier went off last night, but I'm not going to follow that and try and chase points. Walker, an all right option. Peyton, he's up and down. So Fizdale kind of with his starters, his point guard, shooting guard. Whoever's hot is going to play, and whoever's not is going to sit. So I'm not going to mess with those dudes at all. So I'm basically looking at Tatum in this one, and if Portis starts, maybe give him a look, but I'm just not too into it besides Tatum. All right, moving on, Indy and Cleveland, 213. Not much going on in this one. Cleveland really not a fast-paced team, but their defense is absolute trash here. So one eye to keep an eye on here is Jeremy Lamb. He is game-time decision here. May not have word on him, but if he's out, and this is a big if you desperately need somebody, maybe go – where is he at? Aaron Holiday, but that's just a huge if. He's probably going to be the one that gets a little bit more minutes here, maybe him or Summer. I'm not sure. So that's up to you guys, but GPP for sure. I mean, you got Kobe White down there, so why not just go him? Brogdon, all right, but kind of a pace down. I'm not too into him. I'm not too into these small forwards. Guys, I do like is Sabonis here. I know it's a pace down game, but still, the offense is going to have to come through these guys here, Sabonis and Turner. And Cleveland's going to miss a ton. They're going to, and I like him. I like Sabonis quite a bit. I probably would lean Tatum. He's a little bit cheaper, but still Sabonis is in a very solid option for you. So if you need salary relief, probably go Tatum. But Sabonis is still a solid option as well. And to be honest, Turner is one of my favorite options on the slate, to be completely honest with you, and I don't think anyone's going to have him. I get it. He's facing Cleveland, not a fast-paced game. But the dude is going to get his points still, and I think he gets his rebounds and still going to get his steals and blocks. He's a defensive player, as we see, and he's been very consistent even in preseason. So I like him. I really do. Low owned. Shoot, 7,600. The guy's playing way higher than that. So give me some Turner, and I'll definitely move on. So I have a lot of Turner and some Sabonis in this one. And, I don't think their ownership will be too high since it's only a 213. But, I'm playing GPP, so I'm going to take a shot with those guys. Moving on, we got Chicago and Toronto once again. I think these guys both played last night. Toronto playing a little bit faster this year. Won last night against Boston, and obviously Chicago playing a little bit faster as well. So usually you wouldn't want to target this matchup, but it's looking half decent, and Vegas is saying it as well with the 221. So I don't mind this one. I'm a little worried to see what Nurse does with his minutes, with his starters. The only thing, though, is Toronto doesn't have a bench. If you go look at their rotations, it's mostly like at max 2 to 3 guys off the bench, and everyone else is the starters. So, it is a back-to-back, so you have to watch that. Lowry, I like him, but it's a back-to-back, and he's a little older. I don't know. Like, it looks good on paper because he's playing a ton, but also It's a back-to-back, and he's an older guy, so he could have this 4 for 15 shooting. It is an easy matchup here against Chicago, but that's up to you guys. Excuse me. So, I mean, if his shot's not on, I don't know. I mean, he's not a bad play. I got him at 36, maybe a little higher here, but like I said, the back-to-back is just a little scary to me since he's been playing a ton of minutes here to start the season. Kobe White, I think he'll be very chalky. Unfortunately, I'm going to have him a lot. If you don't want to go Kobe White for ownership reasons, maybe done, but I mean, he's $200 more, so it doesn't make too much sense. Levine's a Levine, half decent option. I got about 37. I don't mind Fred VanVleet. Had a bad night on Friday night, but still shot 11 times. Just a bad shooting night. Usage isn't too crazy, but as we know, he's an all-around player. So, expect 16 to 20 real points in this one. I still think he gets you 30 to 33. He's a solid option. I don't mind him. Powell, I don't care for him. Davis, don't care for him. I do love Siakam here. This guy's usage is just insane, man. 32 and 36 in his first two games. 26 and 22 attempts. I mean, this dude's insane. Didn't have as much here just because he didn't get as many rebounds or let me see here. Or what else did he do? Or assist in this one. But still, I think he can easily get you 45 here against Chicago. One of my top options for sure. If you need someone a little bit cheaper, don't mind OG since he is playing a ton of minutes. So I don't mind him. Otto Porter sucks. I don't care for him. Power forward. Marketing's okay, but I don't know if this is really the best matchup for him. Ibaka doesn't really do enough for me. Doesn't play enough minutes for me off the bench. Young, don't care for him. Marc Gasol absolutely sucks. Wendell Carter, not the best matchup. So I'm looking at, I think my top play for sure is Siakam. Don't mind Levine and VanVleet. And Lowry, like I said, not a bad option. I'm just a little sorry. Hopefully you guys don't hear that. It's my dog playing with a toy. Hey, no more. Sorry about that. But like I said, I'm just worried about the back-to-back there. And then we got Kobe White as for sure my top point guard on the slate, as cheap as he is. So I don't mind a couple from that game at all. Moving on, New Orleans and Houston. New Orleans back-to-back. And then we got Houston being a little bit fresh here. So anyway, we got Westbrook. I'm still a little iffy on this dude. Like I said, I get it. Had 29% usage. Still didn't look bad here. I mean, I got him at 51. I got him a lot higher than I thought. I do have him in a couple of my builds, so I don't mind him. I'm always about him just because he's still coming back from the injury. But it also, like I said, Harden had a really bad night, so he had to step up a little bit more than I think everyone thought he'd have to. Lonzo finally got his minutes last night, but I'm still a little iffy. I still think it's matchup dependent, so I'm not really sure on him yet. Josh Hart looks like he's set in there for 25 to 28 minutes. I don't mind him at all coming off the bench. We got Harden. I personally like him. I think some people might fade him just because he had a really bad game. I get it, 2 for 13. You don't want to see that. But, I mean, look at the preseason. 40% usage here. He had a bad game, all right? I mean, it happens. If he didn't have this bad shooting night, if he had, 5 or 6, even 5 or 6 mid shots, the dude's still going to get 53, 54 points here. So he just had a bad night. It happens, man. I mean, I get it. Milwaukee really not that bad of a defense. So I hope Harden goes overlooked. I really do because I'm going to have a ton of him. So next is Holiday. Holiday absolutely sucks. I'm not going to pick that dude ever again, even if he burns me. I do like Ingram. Not the best matchup, but once again, usage is looking pretty good. Shooting 19 and 20. So I don't mind Ingram, and he's only 7,400. House, maybe if you need a GPP, but I don't have any shares of him. Not too high on Tucker. I mean, he might get you 18, 20. Capella, solid option at 86, but he's a cash play. Going to get you 38 to 40 in this one. And Favors just doesn't play enough for me. So got a couple from that one. Washington and San Antonio. This should just be kind of a nightmare, to be honest with you. Washington back-to-back, and San Antonio is kind of fresh. I don't mind Murray if you want to go that way. My cheap kind of guy here, he's a little risky, but I got Brian Forbes as at 22 points here. Usage rate's not bad, not the greatest there, but not bad in the preseason. Still getting his shots there. But the bad thing about him, though, is he's shot. You have to rely on his shot. If his shot's not on, you're kind of screwed. But I don't mind him. He's only $4,000. Doesn't really need a lot of points to really hit value. So I don't mind him. And Washington sucks. So I don't mind him. I'm not too into Smith, White, not really into those guys. So I do like Forbes. Not into Beal or DeRozan. I don't mind Isaac Bonga. I know that's weird to say that, but the dude's playing 23 and 24 minutes. Usage it's just crap, to be honest with you. But he's kind of a defensive player, and he's going to get 20, 22 points. He's 4,200. So, I mean, if you need somebody, I don't mind him. Power forward, Aldridge, half decent. Ryu, his usage is pretty good. So, not the best matchup, but if you need someone at 54, maybe, but yeah. And then Bryant, I'm not really too into it. So I think Forbes is probably the only one that I'm going to really have in this one. Maybe a share of Bonga just in a GPP, but for the most part, don't really care for it. Moving on here, we got Sacramento and Utah. Man, Utah just looked absolute crap last night against the Lakers. So Fox is questionable in this one. So we'll have to see what goes on. I got him at 0. I don't think we're going to have any news, but I don't think he's going to play. It's a back-to-back, and they already lost Bagley, so I just don't see it happening. I don't know how much exposure I want to the Sacramento side because Walton is an interesting filler with his rotations, especially on back-to-backs. You know, he's not going to go push his dudes a ton of minutes on a back-to-back. That's just how Walton is, and like I said, with Fox being kind of hurt, if he doesn't play, I don't mind Yogi Ferrell, but I just don't know where he fits in that rotation. Joseph will probably get the start, but I'm not too interested in Joseph. I'm really not. Moutier just doesn't play enough minutes for me on that Sacramento side. Conley is just on the Utah side. Conley's just trash right now. Who knows? He might have a good night since he just sucks so bad and no one's going to have him. Shooting guard, I do like Mitchell. Seems like the only guy in this Utah team that knows how to play basketball right now. So I'll probably have a couple shares of Mitchell in there. Healed Bogdanovich. I probably go Bogdanovich a little bit higher here just because Fox is out. But we'll have to see here. Healed, not a bad option either if Fox is out. Joe, I hate Joe Ingles. I already told you about him earlier. Holmes didn't do bad. The only thing, though, is it looks like Walton's going to be rotating a lot of his power forward / centers. He still got 22, but he only played 17 minutes in this one. Had 5 fouls. It's just, yeah, like I said, you're relying on 17 minutes to play with foul trouble. So risky to me. And he's facing Utah, not that great. A pretty good defense here. So I don't mind by Alinsa, maybe if you need somebody. I think he's a power forward. Yeah, I got him at 20. Might go 21, 22, but he's not the most reliable guy. He still played good minutes, but he's just kind of a three-point shooter. O'Neal and Jeff Green looked trash. You could maybe look at O'Neal in a GPP. And Rudy, he's just not looking too great, and Deadman sucks. So, yeah, if we get news on Fox being out, Bogdanovich and Healed, I think are the only two from Sacramento, and maybe Bjelica in a GPP. And then Mitchell, I like him in all platforms. I think he's a solid option. Since, like I said, he's the only one on that team that knows how to play, and he shoots 700 times. So, all right, moving on. Last game is Clippers and Phoenix. So Phoenix played overtime, so I expect him to get absolutely demolished in this game, taking on the Clippers. So, anyway, looking at point guard here, I'm not too into Rubio. I don't mind Beverly. He's 5,100. As we know, not flashy at all. Doesn't really do much. Usage rate sucks. But as we know, defensive player gets a couple rebounds, assists, and I don't mind him. 24, 27 right there. I got him at 25. So if you just need to pivot, I don't mind Beverly. He's not going to get you a ton. Keep that in mind. But he has a safe floor. So Booker, not really into him. Sweet Lou, don't mind him. I got him at 37. I got a couple shares of him. Not too into Kawhi. Oubre, an okay option. I don't know. It's not really the best game for him here, taking on the Clippers. So I don't have any shares of him at this time. And then obviously Frank's going to be very popular. Played a ton. I know it's a back-to-back, but they really don't have any power forward / center, so he's going to have to be out there once again. Patterson, GPP only for me. He played 28 minutes his second game, sorry. But if you look over here, it says Jermichael Green. Doc Rivers likes Harrell and Green in the second unit. So Patterson may be holding down a starting job. But I just don't know if he's going to shoot 6 for 10 again. He might get you 16, 17 GPP dart only for me. And then I got Aaron Baines here. Like I said, not really the best matchup, but they don't have anybody with Ayton being out. So I think he's definitely a solid spot if you want to go spin down and not go up to Drummond. So that's kind of what I got going. I'll give you guys a couple options to start you guys' lineup. But like I said, definitely keep an eye on that Joel Embiid news for sure. So let's just say that he's out. I'm going to go put in Simmons in this one just because I think he gets you 45, maybe even 46, 47 in this one. Like I said, if you don't trust Simmons, you can go to Westbrook if you think he's back to mid-form. I don't mind it. It's a high total, so he could be in a half-decent spot here. Like I said, I don't mind Lowry. A little scared about the minutes, but for sure I think you're just going to go Mr. Kobe White. He's shown himself to be part of this team, and I'm going to put him in there coming off the bench. Man, he's got some hair on him, doesn't he? Next, like I said, I really like Harden. I really do, and I hope his ownership is low because I'm going to capitalize all over it. You're going to have to go cheap, so I'm just going to go Hart. Like I said, you got Van Fleet and Lou Williams. If you don't want to go Harden, I don't mind that combo, but you are giving up a lot without Harden. And I'll just give you guys one more here, and probably go Frank Kaminsky. And you guys got $6,400 left over to go get a couple more guys. So that's kind of what I'm looking at. Hopefully, you guys enjoy the video. If you do, leave a like. I do appreciate your guys' likes. And as normal, if you guys are new here, hit that sub button. We do videos almost every single day, breaking down the main slate and giving you guys a couple guys, some of my core to look at. So that is mostly it. As normal, if you want to get signed up, let us know. Website in the comment section, and here's our Twitter as well. Like I said, another top 1% finish for us. And yeah, definitely would love to have you guys come join us. Only $50 a month. Every single sub has made their money back. So, why not? Why not come join us and, have some fun and win some money? So that is it, guys. Thanks for watching. I do appreciate it. I hope you guys all have a good Saturday, and we'll see you guys here for